Most people believe the 1970s were the decade that killed performance cars. New emissions regulations, rising fuel prices, and the aftermath of the oil crisis forced automakers to slash horsepower across the board. Legendary muscle cars that once dominated American roads suddenly became shadows of their former selves. But while everyone was focused on dying V8s, Chrysler quietly pulled off something remarkable. In 1977, they introduced an upgrade package that actually improved performance while still meeting strict emission standards. No flashy advertising, no giant hood decals, no magazine covers, just smart engineering. The package was called the Super 6, and it transformed Chrysler's legendary Slant Six into one of the most underrated engines of the era. The Slant Six had already earned a reputation for being nearly indestructible. With its rugged cast-iron construction, strong bottom end, and unique 30-degree angled design, it became famous for reliability. Taxi fleets, delivery vehicles, and everyday commuters trusted it because it simply refused to quit. But by the mid-1970s, emissions equipment had taken its toll. Power dropped, throttle response suffered, and many drivers felt the engine had lost its spirit. Instead of designing an entirely new engine, Chrysler engineers found a smarter solution. Their answer was the Super 6 package. At the heart of the upgrade was a two-barrel carburetor replacing the standard one-barrel setup. Combined with a revised intake manifold, improved airflow, recalibrated ignition timing, and a less restrictive exhaust system, the engine suddenly felt alive again. On paper, the horsepower increase looked modest. In reality, the difference behind the wheel was far more noticeable. Acceleration improved. Highway passing became easier. Throttle response felt sharper. And perhaps most impressively, fuel economy remained competitive for the time. That was the genius of the Super 6. While many manufacturers were sacrificing performance to satisfy regulations, Chrysler found a way to balance power, efficiency, and emissions without compromising reliability. And reliability was where the Slant Six truly became legendary. Stories of these engines running 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles are common among enthusiasts. Fleet operators often retired vehicles long before the engines showed signs of giving up. The simple pushrod design, overbuilt internals, and durable construction made the Slant Six one of the toughest American engines ever produced. Even today, enthusiasts continue searching for Super 6-equipped cars and trucks. Why? Because the upgrade remains one of the best bang-for-the-buck modifications available for a Slant Six build. Many of the original components can still be found on late 1970s Dodge and Plymouth models. With a donor intake, carburetor, linkage, and a few supporting parts, owners can recreate the setup without spending a fortune. And unlike many modern performance upgrades, this one doesn't sacrifice drivability or reliability. In many ways, the Super 6 represents something we've lost in today's automotive world. It wasn't about massive horsepower numbers or flashy marketing. It was about intelligent engineering. It proved that creativity could overcome limitations and that performance didn't always require bigger engines. More than 4 decades later, the Super 6 remains a reminder that some of the greatest automotive innovations happen when engineers are forced to work within strict boundaries. So the next time someone tells you the 1970s completely killed performance, tell them about Chrysler's hidden secret. The Super 6 wasn't just an engine upgrade. It was proof that even during one of the toughest periods in automotive history, great engineering could still find a way to win. If you enjoyed this story and want more forgotten engine legends, hidden automotive innovations, and the engineering secrets that shaped America, make sure to subscribe to Engine Insights USA. And tell us in the comments, what's the toughest engine you've ever owned that simply refused to die? Until next time, keep those engines running and keep exploring the machines that built America.